afraid to teach. I'm sitting there like, man, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Ask Mathis. I'm your host, Reginald Mathis, and rocking with me is my brother, Wild Man Teddy T, a.k.a. Baron Theo Mound-builder. What it do, sir?
Yes, we are in here. We are in here.
Yeah, man, day 29
Yes.
of the government shutdown, and as Snap says, it's getting kind of heavy.
Woo!
Getting kind of heavy.
Woo!
So, it's starting to affect transportation. Got food lines. Folks is distributing food, trying to get on. With we're approaching, the longest shutdown in American history. We within the few more days.
Mm-hmm.
There's no end in sight.
I think he gonna obliterate that record.
He want to on purpose.
Yeah, I think so. The House Republicans not even there, and especially knowing that if they come back and they open up Congress, then they're gonna have to swear in that Congresswoman from Arizona, and you know what comes with that? Epstein file release. So, boy, you know what? I ain't worried about it. I ain't trying to worry about that right now. We got stuff under control. We pay our people straight. They good. They getting paid. $300 million ballroom. How's that coming along? That's good. I ain't trying to hear nothing I'm talking about. But it's interesting, man, just to see, the back and forth. And the blame game and whatnot, who blaming who for what. But I put it to you this way, in the beginning, I think now you gotta go all the way now. I think you gotta go all the way now. I think within the first week of the shutdown, I think they say, hey, passing a clear CR, continuing resolution, and then we negotiate
after that
for a month.
Right.
For that, I think that would have been the answer for that week. But now that where we are, and November 1st is Sunday, premiums already affected. So you have to do it right now. You have to do it right now because without the Obamacare subsidies, like we was talking, bro, like Obamacare is definitely broken. However, that's what we have. It's going on 13 years now, if not longer. And where's the alternative? Where's the concept of a deal? You know what I mean? Like, none of that has come forward. So I think you might as well go ahead and down this hill. I think you got to down this hill.
My thing is, why is it such a polarity? Why can't people understand the middle? The indies, the independents. Why can't they pull up enough independents to now create a wedge? Because
I think they're showing you the power of the two-party system. And while most people agree with you that, you don't like the Democrats because the real Democrat, it's like what do they say? The squeaky wheel is the one that get the grease.
Yeah.
So in both parties, the loudest ones, the craziest ones are the ones that get all the attentions and pull the party in the direction that they go to. It's like, let's say you're a member of the NAACP, right? I assume you may, with all the stuff you do, you may have signed up and didn't even know it. It's $25, you fill out the application or whatever. I would say a vast majority of people are members of the NAACP. Pay that $25, forget about it, see stuff that's going on. And unless something like a George Floyd or something where they doing it, you're not going to the meetings and you're not really following on what they doing on the day to day. But if they get power and they're out there doing the stuff, they are the ones that come out talking about defund the police and all the other stuff like that. You like, well, hold on, I'm a member,
right? But
I ain't really on that. I'm at it because NAACP, longest, civil rights organization in the country, but I ain't really on what they talking about, and vice versa. Cats is like, hey, I'm a member of the NRA. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a gun owner. Remember the NRA, they send out stuff, discounts on this, discounts on that. I got my card, trip and travel is like a Groupon.
Mm-hmm.
But then you turn on the news and it's like they the ones funding, all the stuff that's going on. And you're like, hey man, I ain't signed up for all that.
I didn't know that.
I didn't sign up for all that.
My other question I come back with, because I got to keep coming back with this, is the Republic. These guys seem like they're trying to bring what is called the Republic back into the status. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm hearing. For the Republic, for which it stands.
Well, what a Republic means is that there's not direct democracy.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, like, you don't vote for something and something happens.
Right.
You vote for representatives, and those representatives are the ones who are supposed to do what you want them to do.
So that's like D.C. That's what D.C. would represent.
D.C. in terms of it's a district of Columbia, and the District of Columbia is more akin to Puerto Rico. As far as being a territory under the control of the United States. It's like D.C. is a district under control of the federal government. Like, they don't belong to Maryland, they don't belong to Virginia.
But this is where all the people that we vote for, this is where they go to make their decisions.
Right.
So that would be considered, what that would be, the Republic is that element, because that's where they're all, it's all sovereign entities representing sovereign laws. And I think what I'm seeing is these guys are trying to go back to that beginning, to that very beginning. By closing the government down, that makes it less government, which is, to me, kind of good. Is for the workers, it's a situation. That's why we're looking at it, because of the people who actually work.
Well, you're talking about the SNAP benefits, and the SNAP benefits, people on them EBT cards, and the people that's getting, formerly food stamps, and those food lines that we about to see everywhere.
Yeah.
That's so that's not the workers. That's people, that's seniors, that's people with disabilities. That's the least among us are the ones that's about to feel it. They're about to feel it the most. And a lot of this is by choice. A lot of this, they are, I heard an argument yesterday where a senator was basically saying that, as far as the funding for the SNAP, although it's only for 2 to 3 weeks, but 2 to 3 weeks is probably, the amount of time that'll be necessary to take care of this situation.
Right.
2 to 3 weeks. So they got it's just 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, but a person don't want to go without food for 1 day. So 2 to 3 weeks, when the money's already there, but they're saying that the Trump administration is choosing not to release money that's already for that. And the argument is that, it's just 2 to 3 weeks. Just go ahead and do the CR. Well, the CR makes no sense anymore, because the CR, the continuing resolution to just have the government open for a month don't make no sense, because the November 1st is what starts, the period. So now we're in the period for insurance. So that's the thing. Unless we just turn around and stop, which I guess the government can, they can set the deadlines out and whatnot. But like the period to switch companies and all that stuff that's going on right now.
Right.
We're in that period is about to start November the 1st. So that's what the Democrats claim, that they've been on, basically saying, do y'all understand what's about to happen? How many, because without the subsidies, you're talking about folks' insurance going up hundreds of dollars every month. And I think it's broken, because I told you, man, I think my insurance for the year is like $100. You know what I mean? And come on, man. I'm like, I asked the agent, I'm like, you sure? Because the insurance that I was paying before is like $600 a month, but I was barely using it. So I was like, man, this don't make sense. So I spoke to my homegirl, and she was like, no, I got some people ain't paying nothing.
That's crazy.
That's what I was.
You know what I mean? Like
I said, I was $11 to $29. The highest I paid so far is $29. The lowest I paid is $11 a month.
That's crazy.
yeah, so the system, in my opinion, you know, we speak objectively as much as we can, much as we can. And when you educate us on some other stuff, we'll listen to it. But I'm like, it's broken.
It's broken.
It's broken because that don't make no sense. But I'm like, hey, unless you gonna do it, you know what I mean? Hey, you see,
to me, it's like a
pay it off. I'm just done. I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna be the one paying more just to pay more. I can pay $100.
That's what I'm saying. There's people who pay more just to pay more. And I think that's what they're taking advantage of. It's like parties. You know, people that go to the party down in backyard, you know, that's a crowd. That's a money crowd of people. To hear $75 just to get in, well, I'm not paying that. And there are people that are glad that those people say that. So they're not partying with them. It's like Mace when he said, I don't understand the people with small money. You know, it's a difference. It's a difference. And I think that these guys are pulling that in the black. And that's where it's really affecting us at, because there's a lot of blacks that, you know, we've always had that bougie uppity situation. And I think that they're pulling that right now. That's where the pull is.
I agree with you to a certain extent, to a large extent. You know, and I give you one example of my own. That's with AT&T, but I don't know why I still have AT&T. I don't know why I still have AT&T. Right? Because my cell phone bill is like $300 and some a month. Now when I'm with Chronic, we anywhere on the planet, this boy could be on a spaceship. And he's sitting there texting, he on his email, he on all this stuff, bro. And he paying like $75.
Right.
With T-Mobile.
T-Mobile, right.
He been telling me to get with T-Mobile, bro, since I'm over 10 years. But I'm still with AT&T. Right? So to your point, Teddy, I'm one of them people that I won't just say because I've been with them so long. Same with the bank.
Right.
I don't know why I'm still with Bank of America.
Right.
Because my first bank account was CNS Bank. Then it became Nations Bank. You know, all those different iterations of Bank of America. And they don't do nothing for me. Nothing. They don't do nothing for me, bro. Nothing. I done had millions of dollars go through Bank of America, and they don't do jack for me. But you know what I mean? It's comforting. I think it's part of what you're touching on, what you're talking about as far as, you know, pulling some folks out. Because, you know, Will Smith is Washington. These people don't need none of this. Cardi B folks don't need none of this, right? They can go ahead and have whoever come and do whatever. It's for the vast majority of the other folks. So why is it that we're the only country that's dealing with this? Canada not dealing with this. None of the so-called industrialized Western European nations are dealing with this because they have universal health care. Because the insurance lobby is so powerful that they pour so much money into it. Just like, you know, cannabis. Look at what happened with cannabis. Cannabis, you know, the folks just came in and just decide, man, we don't want Governor DeSantis coming in and talking about, man, you go everywhere and you smell it everywhere and all that. We don't want it. And they put $10 million towards the defeat, you know, of the cannabis. You know, it ain't stopped nothing at all. Right? Now, let's go ahead over to the big story, man.
Oh, yeah.
Day 2 of the NBA season. NBA kicking off big time, and then boom, big bust, federal indictment. The Heat, Rozier is involved. You know, Chauncey Billups. You know, I think Chauncey just got inducted into the Hall of Fame, bro. I don't even know how they're gonna deal with that. And you know, but it goes back to, a lot of folks are saying it goes back to Gilbert Arenas. And some people are saying it goes back to Donahue, the referee who was, you know, who was gambling, because they're all saying that it involved the Cosa Nostra.
Gambino.
They saying that involved those folks right there. And so your boy, Gilbert Arenas, who, basically says, he ain't afraid of nobody or nothing to speak his mind. He even seems a little scared. He seems like he coming out there, like, look right here what he talking about right now. Even Gilbert Arenas, look like somebody done touched him.
Whispered in his ear.
Yeah, because, he out there talking about this and that and all that stuff. He talking about, my house.
Because my poker table in the house is confused with I running this. I get it. Cool. Don't know how that is connected to someone hurting their foot or hurting their foot, betting that they have a bad game in 2023. Not sure how those two connect. A coach rebounding, giving out information on games.
Come on, Donnell Jones.
I'm not sure how those two are connected. The one that sounds connecting is the coach who was hosting games, allegedly hosting games in Vegas or wherever, inviting people, pros, poker pros, and somehow, because he had 2030 China infused technology.
He trying to bring LeBron in.
2019.
Donnell Jones is LeBron's guy.
Mm-hmm. That had glasses and all this James Bond stuff, which I've never even heard that people went to that level of goddamn it winning people's money.
He sounds scared to me.
The victim.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Arenas ain't afraid of nothing. He ain't afraid of nothing.
When you lose,
but he just basically trying to distance himself from the latest thing. But I don't know if it's on here. I may have to flip it one more time. But he had an old one. He basically talks about where Donnell Jones comes in. Where he's basically like, Donnell Jones is the one hosting it, and he doesn't play cards well. I mean, he don't play well at all. And, something about, he was saying that LeBron James came and whispered in his ear while he was playing, when he was on the free throw line, talking about, and he going to be the one to hit the shot. And later on, LeBron passed it to Donnell and he hit it. So he was like, ain't nobody knew who he was talking about but him. Mm-hmm. He was like, because Donnell going to be the one. Damon Jones. I'm saying Donnell. Damon Jones. I'm sorry. Damon Jones going to do it, man. But it's definitely a blackout for the NBA. Mm-hmm. Come on, bro. You're a sitting duck. These guys getting all this money and coming in and looking like, who hates the NBA more than any other league?
NFL.
The
baseball?
No. The right wing conservatives.
Oh.
Because when you look at when you look at the NBA now, what do you look at, bro? It ain't even it's not the Dr. J. Magic Johnson league. No. It ain't the Michael Jordan league. When the last time you watched the NBA game, Step?
It's Allen Iverson
all the time.
No, it ain't no Allen Iverson league, bro. What? Who's on there? What they look like now?
Now they look like Europeans.
They look like mulattoes.
Mm-hmm.
All of them.
Yeah.
All of them. You talk about Lorenzo Ball. Mm-hmm. You talk about all these guys are like vanilla cream skin.
Yeah,
the mulatto light.
Right?
It's evolving.
You feel me? You see what I'm saying? When you look at it now, it's not like you looking at your homeboys on the park.
Not a lot of Zion Williamsons over there.
You know what I mean? And a lot of them.
They're like
now that's what it is, because it's like your boy Jimmy the Greek. Jimmy the Greek, he got fired for what he was saying, but tell me that ain't the truth.
Oh, of course.
They was dragged that way. Yeah. So at one point, these guys, if you a 7-footer, you 6'8", 6'9", or whatever, you are selecting, you know what I'm saying, who you gonna have a child with. And bruh, you know, growing up, making it to the NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball was like hitting the lottery. It wasn't like there was a plan, do this and you're gonna make it. Because there wasn't enough people who made it to do that. You be like, do this, and you have a couple good breaks, you go to school, keep your head on and see what happened, whatever. But these guys right now, you can't watch an NBA game without a junior or a third or the fourth. They're not coming in there because with AAU and with all the stuff going on, and with the size, they bred in, and they teaching them, and they're teaching them the game.
But is it? To me, all professional sports is just another a higher end of slavery. You know, because it's all better if you go and find out the daughters. Who are those daughters that they're marrying? I bet
coaches' daughters, the other folks, the owners' daughters, other people
connected with
that's family. You know, bro, exactly. You trying to keep that money in. I'm about to pay somebody $100 million and without a chance to get that back. Even in the NFL now, they're getting $100 million. Myles Garrett, you know, highest paid. Well, no, Mika Parsons now highest paid, $140 million. They just go. You know what I mean? And so you look at it, these folks is looking at it and they're like, okay, we gotta put an end to this.
The NBA is no longer a trench, what we call a trench baby sport, where a kid out the hood can just imagine, and his odds are very slim to none. Now it's
worldwide like that now.
You start your training from
6, 7, 8,
6, 5 years old.
Exactly.
And you can pretty much project yourself.
We can watch what Freezy's doing with his son right now and be able to see that.
See what it is. You see what it is. It ain't no accident.
It ain't
no like,
I've been watching them.
Is this season? Okay, I'm gonna play that. Is this season? Okay, now it's baseball. Now it's back. That's how we did, right? We roll with the season. Like, we out there playing this. Now, these guys year round with what they're doing. Year round. So it's not the accidents like they're saying. So now, bro, the latest, man, they're gonna have to bring Sleepy Joe out of the you know, the catacombs before he check out. He gonna have to save some people because they're talking about his last minute pardons. You know, for Anthony Fauci and Liz Cheney, you know, all the ones, you know, he pardoned just for the heck of it. Yeah. Just for the heck of it, just so they can't mess with him.
Right.
But they claiming that it was done with the robo-pen. You know, the robo-pen. And now they challenging, you know, so now there's an investigation as to, you know, anything that, you know, he didn't sign himself with the robo-pen, even though the robo-pen or something similar has been around since 1803.
Whoa.
Since Thomas Jefferson. It was Thomas Jefferson basically saying you got a bunch of stuff, whatever, man. So, bruh, you know it ain't Trump, because if Trump was with that, if Trump was on that, he wouldn't have held this so long. He would have been on that. He would have been said it in one of his freestyles.
Yeah.
In one of his freestyles, he would have been said it. So, you know what? Somebody must have linked AI to Trump. He must have him a chat GPT that's on him that speaks Trump language, bro, because you must admit, he ain't give nobody no break.
None. Zero.
If you owe me $10, you ain't giving me $9. I'm coming for all of it.
They said that so far in the first term, he's made almost $500 million, and
800. 800. They say 800 million, bro. 800 million.
The family's made 50 million.
Say, Baron just made Baron.
Yeah, Baron.
18-year-old Baron.
Yeah, Baron been killing it.
Baron just made $190 million.
Baron been killing it.
Yeah, he just made $190 million off of a small investment in a cryptocurrency.
Oh yeah, that's where they're killing that.
And they're saying that, and when they did the deal with China, and they're saying that, he did that like 24 to 48 hours right before they did the deal, and they're claiming that it's not insider trading because it's not regulated by the SEC. So
wow.
So and this the first term. They making they
on there, but this is Buddy having so much fun right now.
I'm telling you.
He having so much fun right now. And I'm like this, bro. He just want to be loved.
I mean, at this day, he want to go down in the books as somebody.
He wants the Nobel Peace Prize. Man, have you ever seen somebody lobby for the Nobel Peace Prize?
Not like that. Not like that.
Martin Luther King didn't lobby for the Peace Prize.
He was just out working.
Barack Obama didn't lobby for the Peace Prize. And I don't believe he deserved it when he got it. No. We're going to keep it 1,000. But this buddy's out there saying, I done solved 8 wars, all this stuff, man. It's like, bro.
What do you think about this stuff in Venezuela?
Man, I just leave it to, I say what Rand Paul said. I agree 1,000% with Rand Paul. He said, let's say 75% of those people that's out there, were drug dealers, smugglers, or whatever. You got 25% who work. What are their names? What were they carrying? What's their record? What's any of that? All that's destroyed. Release the intel. You got folks just saying, well, they said it, and that's what it is. Yeah. But these are people who distrust government.
Makes sense. I mean, there could have been anything on there. They could have been covering up anything.
And we had 2 survivors. 2 survivors. One guy from Trinidad and Tobago is like, he's a fisherman. And nobody giving him any kind of, it's like, bruh, it's due process. You're not allowed by American law, by international law, by any of the treaties, you're not allowed to go and just destroy a vessel, bro. Right. You can't just destroy a vessel without trying to board it or they shooting at you or doing something. Like, none of the rules of engagement they even following. And so folks is looking as like, is this America? Is this what we study? Is this what we came up believing that our country was all about? When we say, despite slavery, despite segregation, despite lynching, despite second-class citizenship, we always felt that America was still taking steps forward, in that, and we would still say America's the best country on earth. I can't say that right now, bro.
I mean, I think
I can't say it right now.
Back in the days, nothing was talked about. Today they're putting it on Front Street. The CIA attacked for the United States, and they're just putting it all out there.
Dude, we doing straight up regime change. We are trying to
run a coup.
Do a coup d'etat in Venezuela, and which coincidentally has the largest oil reserve.
Oh, God, that's what we're talking about now. Now that's what we're talking about.
As well as all the stuff that we need for the phones and all the AI and all that stuff, the superconductors, all that stuff. Venezuela. Now, we going at Venezuela, but we're not going at Cuba. Like, Marco Rubio is our Secretary of State. He right here. You don't think this man get Cuba? Cuba's like right here. We can go ahead and just smash them, take that. The people, we won't have to fire a shot. Nah, it's Venezuela. Like, bro, when were we ever talking about Venezuela?
At all.
Like, for real, man. And this is nuts. And the crazy thing is how many people who are so-called patriots that aren't saying anything.
Nothing.
Like the guy Scott on CNN, he used to be a reasonable guy. I like to hear Scott, bro. Man.
He ain't saying nothing?
What? But Scott defended everything now.
Which day? Saturday, not Saturday morning.
No, Scott that comes on Abby Phillips' show.
Okay, yeah.
He always the guy. He's from Kentucky.
Right.
He used to be the real same guy and come in and he would criticize Trump. Man, that man ain't criticized Trump this whole election cycle, bro. I'm like, wow. You know, when you just see it, there's certain people that, you know, come and give it to you 1,000, keep it 1,000. Well, Scott Jennings, I think his name. Scott Jennings, bro, he just came in there and he just like, he on some whatever stuff. Like, whatever it is, that's what it is. Like, they're saying, Scott, you don't see it? Like, no. You, like, talking about the robo-pen? Like, hold on now, bro. You gonna talk about the robo-pen when, what did Trump say? He was not going to pardon the violent actors on January 6th. And what did he end up doing? Do you think this man came and signed 1,000 pardons? Somebody robo signed it. But, you know, that's what, you know, our House of Representatives seems to be focused on right now, rather than focus on, you know, if me and you've been rolling on this show now for 9 years. We've been rolling on this show for 9 years, and, you know, you in there and you selling pumpkins. You know, every year you selling pumpkins. You didn't even tell me I'm not gonna have any idea that you've been selling pumpkins for 9 years, right? Trump and Epstein been rolling together for a long time. And he's come out saying stuff like, you know, he likes him on the younger side. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bruh, is that not a quote from our president?
That's what he said.
He like him on the younger side. He like him on the younger side. So why even reference that if you know, you like, hey, you know, is there a cookie and milk break here? Is this cookie and milk break time or whatever? Or y'all have a recess at the house type stuff? And y'all, bro, y'all in Palm Beach.
White
y'all in Palm Beach, bro. Remember, Epstein was like, he owned the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office. He owned the state attorney's office. So he's like, we do whatever we want to do here. We do whatever we want to do. And you right next door to Mar-a-Lago? Like, y'all, come on, bro. Man, this is one of those things.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, we've had all these different kind of presidents, all these different people that things happen. Why is it that people are so polarized today?
I think because people are afraid.
Okay.
I think people are afraid.
Okay.
They are afraid of Black progress, minority progress, and they feel, you know, just look at Germany, bro. Look at Germany and look at the rise of Hitler. Hitler went from, he was laughed at. He went from somebody who would just be downtown, like on the streets, just talking, and people coming by throwing tomatoes at him. You know, just talking and talking and talking. And but he was diabolical, like Stephen Miller. You know, somebody who was like, yeah, a Pinky in the Brain, you know, type guy that's like, yeah, okay, you know, I'm glad some things worked out for me, because, you know, people who come up with kill lists and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you spend enough time by yourself and you start thinking about who did you wrong or whatever, you know, you start thinking about get back. You start thinking about get back.
Do you think, at the midst of who Hitler was, that the CIA wasn't involved with developing him?
No, definitely not. They was too in their infancy. They wasn't even on that. They wasn't even on that right there. No, I doubt that.
Some other,
because it's been other things. Like, look at the same time, you know, you have Mussolini and the fascists that developed in Italy going on, but it's power. In my opinion, it's about power.
Oh, definitely.
Right. So you're going to have power by way of you born into it.
Mm-hmm.
See, like they didn't have to play those games in Egypt back in the day, because the Pharaoh is the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh gonna rule, and then his people gonna rule, and then we gonna keep it moving. You know, Rome, the emperor, we gonna keep it moving as long as we keep it moving. You know, they keep expanding. You know, in Europe, the monarchy, you know, we gonna go and go, and you know, until the people finally like, nah, man, y'all doing this wrong, because you know, to your point, one of your points is look how they intermarried. Why did they intermarry? They intermarried to hold on to power. You know, so you would have, okay, we're gonna bring in this chick from Luxembourg.
Mm-hmm.
She gonna be your queen, you know, Henry VIII.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because we need to keep these Germans at bay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So this all, like, we all running this thing together.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it wasn't until you start breaking things down how they did in England, you know, with the Magna Carta, when they basically, like, you know, made the king just, you know, basically give up the power. Give up the power and say we're going to share power, until eventually they took all the power from the monarch. Right? So you have these hybrids that form, you know, whether it be the communists, you know, look at the rise of communism once they, in 1914, when they killed the Tsar,
Russia,
Tsar Nicholas, bloody sudden, you know, this came in there and just killed the whole family. It's like, no, we ain't with that no more. We want to rule ourselves. We want to rule ourselves. And so this quest for power, but then what happens when a civilian get power? Like, look what's going on in Africa, like with the juntas, like the military leaders. It's like, hey, you know, these guys ain't doing it right or whatever, and then they end up getting power, and then you're like, I can get used to this. I get used to this.
Like Haiti.
You feel me? That's sort of power. So you always want, you know what I mean? It's like, man, you think I can let just anybody come and get this? Like, these people don't know what they talking about. These stupid, ignorant people, the masses, they don't know nothing. And that's what the people, the insiders who come and betray Trump, they come out there and tell the people he don't care about the masses.
Right.
He laugh at y'all. He don't care about y'all. He said it way back in 1992 when he went to visit Jesse the Body Ventura after he ran for governor on a third-party ticket in Minnesota. He like, man, how you do that? You think I can win as a third party? And after meeting with him, he was like, nah, it's going to take, you know, Democrat, Republican. He was a registered Democrat at the time, but he was like, you know what? I can come in there and become a Republican, and they're going to eat it up. They're going to eat it up.
Republican.
They're going to eat it up because, you know, do their bidding. And he did that bidding for them by coming in and was like, all right, boom, for the evangelical. What he care about the abortions? He got enough money. What law going to stop him from getting an abortion if he gets somebody pregnant? No, ain't no law. He can put you on a plane or he can disappear you. What law going to keep him from? So what do he care about that?
Yeah.
But I got millions of people over here who do. So you know what? They want me to get these judges. All right, the Federalist Society, that's the conservative organization of lawyers. So I'm going to choose a member of the Federalist Society. Y'all give me the list. I pick one of those. You know, and then when they come in to meet with me, you know, I'm going to rule him because he already told us. He already told us when he first ran, when he looked at Lindsey Graham and gave the people his phone number. Lindsey Graham ain't even know, he didn't know how to deal with a real life troll in real life, running for president, man, trolling him. This man running for president of the United States, and he's sitting there, put this man's phone number out for people to just call Lindsey Graham. He man ain't know what to do. Lindsey Graham's like, I don't get thousands of calls, thousands of phone calls. I can't get my work done. This man sitting there trolling them and talking about, none of y'all ain't nothing. Hillary, you ain't nothing. You begging. You begging, you asking how you can get on Fox News more. Like, y'all, none of y'all ain't nothing. So I was like, I was with him, bro. I was really with him. Being in 300 records, R&B record and hip hop records, giving, hobnobbing with black folks. I'm like, having properties all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that could definitely benefit the country. The problem is, he don't have a moral comfort to lead us, bro. And being the president, we sitting there watching this man enrich himself and his family. We watching this man while people are starving. Like this is a Marie Antoinette moment.
Mm-hmm.
Let them eat cake while people are starving on the brink of starvation.
Mm-hmm.
This man is building a $300 million
ballroom
where he's not even supposed to be. Did they say when it's gonna be ready?
in 10 what? Couple like, but he's not even gonna be president.
That's what I was. Well,
it depends on what the system comes right.
At what point?
That's what he's gonna celebrate.
At what point does our common sense kick in?
You know what I mean? I mean, it's only to me. This guy, he's been so well from the first time we started talking in November about January 6th and what was going to happen, and it happened, and everything from that. This guy is, like I said, he's mystifying people. He's mystifying people, and the fact that he's exhibiting white power, white privilege.
And they're thinking that I heard a politician brother the other day said the man is divine.
Yeah, but that's
man said he's divine. Yeah. I'm sitting here watching folks that we normally see talking about this man is divine. And then he qualified it, bro. After saying the man is divine, not that he's he's not a divinity. He's not saying that he's a divinity, but saying that he's here through divine mandate.
Mm-hmm. Because
then he qualified it, saying like, no, he's not churchy.
Right.
He's not. Because when the last time Buddy went to church?
Oh, he don't do that.
Biden went to church every day.
Yeah, he don't.
You know that?
Yeah.
Biden went to church every day.
Every day.
Every day. But them Catholics,
yeah, they got that.
They go in there every day. They don't like go in there and have a whole service.
Mm-hmm.
They go in there with their rosaries and like
do all
like
that
every day.
Ritual.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's part of their ritual. Like this guy, we do that. Obama and them went to church. Buddy like go golfing. But you got folks who out there making a case for him while they in the church pews. They making a case for him while he's sitting there. He laughing at all of them. He laughing at all of us. And where I am right now, Teddy, where I am right now, bro, is I'm praying that everybody just say, man, you got it, dog.
It's yours. You got the juice. You got the juice. Just give it to him. You can't forget about it.
You got to just, bro. Teddy, I promise you, if there's a no mas moment, you got the juice. You got the juice, dog.
Like seeing him is like, you say Bifford is like with the Hot Tub 3, when the crazy guy when he went back and became rich and took over Lugo, took over Google, all these different things. It's like that's what you're seeing with Trump. It's like he's got the opportunity to just do everything, and it's like I feel like other white people are looking at him like, man, this is our hero.
Right.
This is.
I hate to say it, but I love it.
Yeah, you got the juice.
I love it. I think he's a necessary evil. I think for our community, we held the government to a standard that we thought was moral, and he's showing exactly why you shouldn't depend on the government. I love it.
And to your point, Step, he's definitely exposing some of the same arguments that were made when the Democrats were in power by the Republicans. Now that the Republicans are in power, Democrats making this, the arguments that the Republicans were making. So it's saying that that little circle
back around,
and that little circle that's is them just entrenching themselves in power, and that's the thing that we have to understand. Like we got to get rid of all of them. There needs to be term limits. There need to be term limits, but we need to get rid of all of them, and we need to send people to Washington because nobody's doing their job. So when nobody doing their job, guess who get to do the job? Trump. Trump get to do whatever he wants because you have a non-functioning Congress. So I don't have to follow the law because ain't no law to follow. Ain't nobody making no laws. And then the courts, by the time I do what I want to do, by the time it go all the way through the courts or whatever, I done did it. The judge was like, for that guy from Maryland that they sent to that they deported, that judge did the order, like, he better not take off. They took off. And then the folks was like, they ain't bringing him back. They eventually brought him back, but then they found something else to charge him with. But he's still locked up. He's still locked up. So the issue is now is going to be, if we don't say, bro, you got the juice. Well, you got the juice, man, and we just gonna sit back. And hopefully you walk away on January 20th. Hopefully you walk away on January 20th.
He's got to fall dead or something.
I believe our community needs to divorce ourselves from politics altogether.
Yeah.
We are the most political race out of all the people, and we at the bottom. The people who have the most income per household, you cannot even tell me their political agenda. The Indians, the Asians, what are their agendas? You can't tell me what their agendas because nobody knows. But they pull their money together, and their political agenda is money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna agree with you, and I'm gonna disagree with you. I'm going to agree with you in that I would say all immigrants, including Black immigrants, Jamaicans, Bahamians, Haitians, Africans, all immigrants pool their resources, and they all, because the most educated people in the world are Nigerians, right? They all pool their resources together, right? But I agree with you in the sense that we should not support a party. We should support causes. Like, we should make people earn our vote, and they should not know how we want to vote. You know how Dr. King had a whole campaign. We need to have the next Dr. King or someone to say, look, this is what we're pushing for.
Tangible.
To hear the issues that we're pushing for, and who's gonna come and speak to us. Like remember, people got mad because Trump said, I talked to you, Ice Cube, about the platinum plan that he had. And folks is mad talking about Ice Cube was sellout or whatever because he was saying what you saying, Step. It was like, we're in this predicament, whether it's been Democrat, whether it's been Republican, we still find ourselves on the bottom, right? And then the other thing I would slightly disagree with you about is look at what happened with enable the Cuban community in particular to get ahead. When they, were coming over here, they were given housing, they was given, government assistance, they was given checks, they was given all kind of, benefits. Versus our Haitian brothers. Remember we had the wet foot, dry foot policy where, you Cuban, you good, you Haitian, if you ain't making the land, sending you back. That's straight racist, right? So, but I agree with you. We need to get out of the Democratic House. Get out of the Democratic House.
It's been embedded into. It's like when you see a Republican, like my uncle was a Republican. Black men that are Republican to me is something different about them. You know what I'm saying? And
what do you find different about me, Teddy?
Because it's like when I first heard of you, and then meeting you, and you said that you was a Republican, it made sense because individualism. Black Republicans have individualism. Democrats mix with everybody. They follow everybody. But a Black Republican always is doing something
against the grain.
Different. That's not what everybody's doing. So that's what I'm saying. I always respected Black Republicans. And I feel at this time here, Black Republicans should be the main ones. Just like after the Civil War, the Black Republicans were the ones who put us in.
No. Definitely true in that. But I would just say the racism is real, and that's the thing. That's why I can't buy into the full Republican ticket and situation right now, because I'm black first,
right?
In the sense of to my people and true to Africa and our people and our struggle and the struggle of black people. Like, I can't be sitting here, eating caviar and watching folks over there, eat dog food. Like, I can't. I'm not built like that.
Right.
I'm not with that. And I wish the Republican leadership, would allow more voices like mine to have a place, in this platform, because I think the country will be better. I think the country will be better versus having folks like Tim Scott that come in there and sell everything out for, I'm not even going to say power, I'm going to say acceptance. He sell himself out. He sell his mama out. Look at Clarence Thomas, man. Clarence Thomas, a beneficiary of, affirmative action, going to Holy Cross, going to Yale Law School. He wasn't the top of his class, right? But then had folks, his parents growing up on public assistance, and yet he's opposed to it. Something that he totally benefited from. Never understood that, or never understood that. So, so Alicia Andrews, man, so she's in trial right now, bro. I don't know if you've been following the trial, but it's been coming on the Law channel. So I've been coming in, checking out. I checked out one of the cell phone tower experts. I was watching his testimony yesterday, bro. She's looking better and better every day. Don't be surprised if this is another Casey Anthony. Y'all remember Casey Anthony? They still haven't found her daughter. And she got acquitted in Orlando. And I'm telling you, bro, Pretty Women, look at it. Pretty Women, it's hard to convict a pretty woman.
Definitely. And she's on the lighter skin, so she could definitely get she gonna definitely get the lesser. She gonna definitely get the lesser out of it.
And they're basically showing that she had that she had distanced herself, or at least her opening statement was that she was not gang related, or she wasn't in that. But then they show him back in 2021, 2022, she's with another guy who's so-called in that situation, and that she was hating Filio so much, and Buddy didn't even know who she was. That's the crazy thing. When you just going about your day and your life, and it's somebody that's waking up with hatred in their heart for you, bro. That's crazy. But that's one of the things, I don't envy about celebrity. People are like, oh man, I wish I could be a celebrity and all that. Bro, you have people, man, I've seen it, man. I've seen it up close, man, where people just come up and just say sometimes say the nastiest stuff. Because either they want you to react, because they want to they want to sue you, want to set you up. Look at Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane thinking, you know what I'm saying? He the player. He done bought somebody home from the club, knowing bam, and he had to kill somebody. Which is crazy. But your boy Gavin Newsom, he trying so hard. So the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, is the biggest Trump troll out there. So his latest thing is, he got all of them got nicknames. He done nicknamed all of them. So he's just pointing out the facts that, if Trump was serious about reduction of crime, then why isn't he sending the troops to Arkansas, which is number 5.
We're rocking.
Alabama, you know, when he did say he was going to send them to Memphis. Did say he was going to send them to Memphis, Louisiana, you know, all these places with these high crime rates.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But I think you just got to say, man, you got the juice. Because I think if you come in there and say, buddy, you got the juice, tell us what you want to do. Because he's been fueled by revenge. He's been fueled by revenge, and he's been fueled by, you know, getting people back. Because he's like, man, I never really got a chance to, you know, come in and do my thing because Russia, and all this stuff that was going on, whatever. But you the one that, you know, apologized to Putin. Like, you the one that sat there and, you know, all this stuff. You did that, bro. Like, so I just say, man, you got the juice. And let's just sit back. Let's say we give him a year. Just tell the people what, give him a year and see what he can do.
Do your thing.
Well,
Go ahead, lay down.
or at least can black people, can we like send a memo? Can we send a petition that, you know, you are president, and as our president, you know, we're gonna give you a year. We're gonna give you a year, bro, to show like whatever. And then we're gonna come back and be like, man, you know how we flipped. We all used to be Republicans, you know. We all were Republicans because Abraham Lincoln was Republican. So we was Republicans all the way up until the 60s. And then we switched in the 60s because it was just straight discrimination.
The king was a Republican.
Grew up that way. But as far as being registered, you know, his dad definitely was, but it's I haven't seen the actual thing. I've heard both. But he definitely grew up a Republican, and his dad certainly was a Republican.
He seems like a Republican. He seemed like he was so.
What's going to happen November 1st? I'm hearing a lot of when these SNAP benefits cut off here. The Walmart closing up, and
Bruh,
there's going to be a lot of rioting and stealing, and
it's not gonna be fun because, you know, most people who on SNAP benefits live in rural America. That's, you know, so the thing is gonna be what is if he does something just for them,
right.
You know, and that's crazy to have a guy that petty. But maybe we need it on the world stage right now, because who knows what this guy may have been preventing right now? Who knows what Russia may have been planning? Who knows what North Korea may have been planning? But they all know Trump crazy.
Yeah, they don't want to just try anything.
From what I've seen, he been except for the firings, you know, I've seen he has fired a lot more black people than anybody. But besides that, it seems like he don't care nothing about middle class or lower.
Right? No, he about him. Tax and about him. Right? That's about business. He's like,
I don't think he gonna throw no nugget out for the rural class.
But you need them votes, though, bro.
He don't need no votes. He's done.
Yeah, but the midterms, you gonna be able to get, bruh. Remember, here's the rule for presidents. Obama, in his first term, tell me what he got done after Obamacare. That midterm, he got destroyed. That's when the House and the Senate flipped. So they basically was told he had, you know, one piece of legislation to get done. So make it count. He decided to go for Obamacare. Tell me, name something else he did after that.
The way Trump moved, I don't see him even considering the midterm. He done burn every bridge that he can burn.
Well, you see that you got Texas, you know, to get 5 more seats, you know, so they can keep the House. Well, he's definitely interested in passing something. He got something he want to pass. You know, they want to make that tax cut permanent. He definitely want to do that.
He trying to pass everything he could pass before the midterm.
Well, they can't pass nothing when they on the shutdown. But I mean, he done made his bed, and ain't nobody there that's gonna stop him from making, from doing what he need to do. I just think he's sitting there like, man, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it.